Hi, and welcome to Business Automation 101. I'm Tanya Shipman. Business automation can help your business. It's why I created this Facebook page and why I created my group. It can help your business. Every single person, every single business wastes time. And it's a given. It's nothing you can avoid. It's nothing that you can totally stop. But every one of you is wasting time on something in your business. And identifying what that is and finding out whether it has to be you. And when I'm talking about waste time, it's about the things that have to be done in a business. It's product creation. It's about where you might spend 3 or 4 days researching something. Yes, you're learning, and yes, you're developing information, and you're working out how this might work in your business, but it's something that is using up time. Maybe rather than waste time, uses time. But there are a lot of processes in every single business that can be done by automation. And the automations are, as I've talked about, are using a software, using some systems, or using training to have either yourself or your staff find the easiest way of doing things. But when you figure out what you can use business automation for, you can really start to save time and really start to utilize that time in the best possible way, so that all those little 5-minute, 10-minute, 15, 30-minute jobs that you have to do, if you can automate them or systemize them so that you don't waste that time, that you don't use that time in a way that's not beneficial to you, you suddenly find yourself with a great deal extra time. I've talked about how my videos get downloaded and uploaded to YouTube, downloaded to Dropbox, created as an MP3, created into, in effect, 3 different resources, and that's done automatically by a software that I use. That's just one example. The amount of time that I used to waste and the amount of time I used to spend avoiding trying to do it, trying to find other things to use up my time, are now all taken care of by an automation. Now, doing a daily Facebook Live means that every single day I have to do this. I have to upload my videos, or else they're not available anywhere other than on Facebook. They're not mine. They're not available to me if anything happens with Facebook. But I don't have to do that anymore. It's all done automatically for me. And the only thing I have to do is every week or every couple of weeks go in and check to make sure that all the APIs and all the background stuff are still working, and that's still uploading my videos. That's done automatically. A way that you can use a system in your business to be able to make sure that you're not wasting time is there are things that you do sporadically. You do them once a month, or you do them once every 2 weeks. You might do them once every 3 months. You might even do them once every year. But when it's time to do it, you sit there going, yeah, I don't really remember what I have to do. Where do I start? What paperwork did I need, or whatever? Set up systems so that when it's time to do whatever that sporadic task is, you just sit there and read what the list is. And if in the 3 months, the year, the week, 2 weeks since you last did it, something has changed, you just update your checklist or your system so that the next time you have to come around and do it, you don't have to remember, oh, hang on, something changed and I can't remember what that change was. So now I'll go and Google it, or I'll look on Facebook, and, an hour or 2 hours or even a couple of days later, you still haven't found your answer. It's all set up for you. It's right there in front of you. And that then frees you up from having to waste time, use time trying to figure out what were all the steps of what I have to do for this task that has to be done every 3 months. And things that are 3 monthly are taxes for your for state taxes, or in Australia for GST, for other things that might have to be, you pay certain bills quarterly, or you have to do certain processes every quarter. Whatever it might be, if it's weekly, monthly, yearly, 3 monthly, whatever it might be, having to remember all the steps in it is really hard. A checklist goes 1, 2, 3, everything's done. And if something has changed, you just amend your checklist, ready for the next time you have to do it. And finally, with training, I started a job, and everybody I worked with had never heard of copy and paste. They didn't know really how I used it. So if they had to type up the same sentence, they typed up the same sentence every single time. And when I'm saying they use the same sentence, they might be going into one file and they had to put a comment in, so they'd type it up. And then they'd go into another file and they'd have to put a similar comment in and they'd type it up. Once they learned about how you can use Control-C and Control-V, copy and paste, it saved them time. Now that's a really minor change. It's totally, for so many people now, talking about copy and paste and not being aware of what copy and paste is, you would be surprised at how many people still don't know about it. Have you checked in your business? Does everybody know the basics? And that's where training comes in. Just because you know it, you can't presume, you can't assume that everybody knows what you know. So by sitting down with your training and saying, okay, I just want to make sure before we start, do you know what copy and paste is? If everybody says yes, move on. But if one person or two people go, nah, I don't really know, or if they're doing the highlight, right click, copy, go to somewhere else, right click, paste, letting them know that they can use Control-C and Control-V might be faster for them, or it might not. But it's finding out that to make sure that everybody's using the same thing. There's nothing worse than watching somebody type something up and going, hang on, didn't you just type that up for somebody else? Yes. Why haven't you copied and pasted it, or perhaps saved it on a note, the sticky notes that you can have on your computers? Those little things, tiny little things, add up to an enormous amount of time wasted. Using calendars or using checklists, or how to use Word and Excel properly, or how to use the software that you've got in your business. Just because they're using it doesn't always mean that they know what they're using. And I have a perfect example for that. One job I was at, I was just told to press all these buttons. It was my first day on the job, and everybody was going out. The person that I was replacing was leaving, and they all wanted to go and give him a farewell. He was going overseas. And I was just told, press these 5 buttons, do this, then do this, then do this, then do this. Now, the person who gave me the instructions missed one instruction. Now, because he hadn't written what each of it was, F3 keys and F5 and, number 2 on the list or whatever. So I followed his instructions exactly as he said, as he told me to, but he didn't write what each of those instructions meant so that I could read. If I press F3, it starts this. And if I press F5, it starts that. And if I select number 2, it does that. And instead of starting an hour-long process, I started an 18-hour process for the computers. We're an Australia-wide business. Because he hadn't taken the time to do that, luckily it was the weekend. It was a Friday, so we had the whole weekend to be able to recover from this. It ran in the background, but I had a phone call 2 hours later saying, how far away are you? And I said, it's only done about 2%. And he went, something's wrong. And I read out what the screen was, and he went, oh, that shouldn't have happened. And on the Monday, luckily I had a good manager. He said, yes, I didn't give you all the instructions. I could have lost my job on the first day because of the instructions not being detailed enough. And that comes back to training. It comes back to saying, what do you know? So business automation can help your business. It can save time. It can allow you to be more productive. It can allow you to get rid of the time users and the time wasters. Find out what in your business is taking up a lot of time, or it seems that people are struggling with, and look to see if you need more software or different software, if you need a system or a process put in place, or you need training for yourself or for your staff. Now, if you'd like to find out more, ask in the comments or send me a message. I can save time, money, and make your business so much more productive. Let me know how I can help you. I'm Tanya Shipman from Business Automation 101, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.